Hello and welcome to this week's episode of So Fired. I'm Chelsea Toronto.
I'm Dr. Lindsay Regier.
And welcome. Each week on So Fired, we take life's shitty things and turn them into pretty things.
And we share every single one of our issues because we have so many of them. And this week, we're talking about how to grow a pair of balls.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love horticulture.
Mm-hmm. What's your So Fired
Oh my
moment?
gosh, this one's fun. Listen, I don't have oven mitts on today, but I do have these changed because my twitchy hands. It's you know what I realized the other day? Yesterday, hiking. Growing up, my father always used to say, "Get your hair out of your face."
Oh.
And he would take his hands and like brush the hair out of my face.
Oh.
My entire childhood. Right.
So that's why you have a thing about getting the hair out of your face.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
That is something.
Not hiking.
I'm just picking at my dress now because I realized that the shoulders are actually airborne on me. It's not even resting on my body. There's like a
airborne.
Yeah, like a solid like gap between the fabric that I'm wearing and my body.
I didn't like it last year when I wore it for the event. It's very stressful.
Yeah. Well, you guys are gonna see something.
You're getting it one way or another.
Okay. Anyways, So Fired.
Yay! This wasn't fun. I love it when my So Fireds are like a straight, very long story.
Okay.
I'll make it fast. Okay. So I picked back up where I left off with a Tinder companionship. And this time it was just agreed upon that I would go to this person's house. Last time we walked in the dark.
Yes. It's great. You don't have to look at their face.
Actually, it really was a great thing. I don't know what the winter alternative to taking a summer stroll down the neighborhoods.
We'll take a winter stroll. You'll just be dressed warmer.
There we go. Nailed it. Anyway, so here we are. We've decided to go to this person's residence as represented. I don't know. Here's the address to my place. Whatever. So I'm dressed up because I went to an event earlier that evening. I was like, I'm not really feeling this, but you know what? You'll be pleasantly surprised. You're out. You're dressed up.
What else are you doing?
You wanted more stuff to do. Here we go. I'm like, hey, I'm outside. And then I'm waiting for him to appear at the door because I'm not just going to like click-clack up the steps and then knock on the door. Oh. I would prefer, if I'm going to meet you at your place, I feel more comfortable like under this capacity, like a date or something, to be greeted at the door. Coming over to your house is one thing, but like greet me at the door.
Oh, okay.
It's a thing. Yeah. Anyway, so he greets me at the door. All I see is his silhouette, and from the silhouette, I can tell it's up. And I was like, "Fuck!" So I see real quickly. I see a t-shirt. I see shitty gym shorts, like meshy, gross, like deal. What were they? Champions?
Yeah. I don't know. Something that I feel like you just get at Walmart.
Thank you. And what else was he wearing? Fucking house slippers. Guys, if we don't already know this is a hard stop in my life. It is a red flag. It's a deal breaker. House slippers on a man.
What if they're nice house slippers?
Nope.
What would you like your man to wear around the house?
His feet.
Oh.
His man feet.
Okay. So what's the So Fired part about this?
Anyway. I'm cringing all the way up the stairs and I'm like, I don't know that I can do this. This is I'm having a very physical reaction. I am having an adverse reaction to the situation. I'm kind of hyperventilating and he's like, come on in. And then I hear him lock the door and I'm like, oh God, I'm locked in. So we're talking and like my hands are in my hair. I'm like freaking out, like scratching my scalp, trying to think. And like, I was like, how's this guy not asking me, like, are you okay? Because I'm clearly having a meltdown.
I was the house slippers.
Because I keep looking down at his feet while he was talking. And I was just like, I think I'm going to kill him. I was like, do I just tell him I'm leaving now? I don't feel well. Hey, I need to go to my car. I'm thinking of all the things I could possibly be saying. Yeah. So he goes, and he's not very nice to this dog that I later found out he was house sitting. And he's not very nice to this dog named Douglas. Oh. The dog's name was Douglas. And I was like, oh boy, I see you. I see you, universe, coming at me. Anyway, so gets up to let Douglas out. He's, on the other side of the kitchen. And he's like, hey, it's really nice. Do you want to sit out here? And I was like, I get up and I'm like, yeah, hey, I'm just gonna go. And I like pointed at the door. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, sorry. And I was thinking, like, if I don't make you got to make your break right now.
Yeah.
While he was standing up and there was physical distance between the two of us. Long story short, that was the hardest thing I've ever done. Like in a like social interaction wise.
Right.
I'm like, put your foot in front of the other one. And yeah, it was by far but it was the most liberating because I was like, I can't tolerate house slippers.
How long did you survive?
I think I was like 45 minutes.
Okay.
Each minute was torture.
Yeah.
It was fucking brutal.
That's pretty brave to just like get up and leave.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
Remember that dad hiker in front of me?
No.
Last year I was doing a hike in Estes, so the national whatever, by myself coming down. There's a dad and a daughter, that teenage daughter. We talked about this on the episode once before. And like he would fall back to ask me questions and like tell me about your life and all the things. But luckily I was behind him. So I didn't respond. And then he just I sat down. And they just kept going.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to put some distance between the two of us. You didn't like that either.
No.
You said super awkward, but I don't know how else to get out of these conversations other than be like, stop talking to me, please.
Yeah. Please shut your mouth.
All right. So fired, huh?
So fired. You got up and got out of there.
I did.
You didn't suffer anymore.
I'm sorry. Lengthy one, but it was
your aversion for house slippers is
strong.
Well, and my husband is a house slipper wearer.
Lucky, and, you know what? I was thinking about this. That's perfect because I don't want to date him.
Yeah.
So that works out. So
it's perfect.
This only applies to the people that I want to like date and or sleep with. So fired right there. Before you get all defensive on behalf of all house slipping. I don't think there's anything wrong with you as a human. I think it's a choice that I choose not to align with.
Yeah. I guess I'm not a fan of man feet, so I would rather have
I don't know why we're defending these. You seem defensive.
No, I'm just like, I'm being devil's advocate for the people that do wear house slippers.
They're so ugly. Oh, no, it broke.
And it only counts if Chelsea's trying to bang you, so you're fine.
Like, why does he need a slipper?
Because your feet get cold.
Cold.
And there's like dirt on the ground. I don't want dirt on the feet.
Fair on the dirt. How about flip-flops?
Yeah, fine.
Fine.
Yep.
I don't like the thought of the foot being cradled in an unsoled Ugg that has been sewn around your foot that you put your foot into.
Oh.
That kind of look like little elf shoes. They look like elf shoes. And it emasculates my man beyond repair. So I'm like, please. Like, I don't care. Anybody on my roster, anybody I know in the future, just put your hand up if you have one. So let's just
cut to the chase. You should also put that in your profile. Like, will not come near you. Will not tolerate. Will not tolerate house slippers.
Oh. Anyway, sorry. That was a lengthy
one. No, that's okay. But
it was a really big deal.
Yeah. It was a big deal. Mine's like very short and sweet because
perfect.
My car is still on vacation.
It's the world's longest fucking vacation. It's been around the world like twice.
Oh my gosh, it's like on a European tour.
Her tour is longer than Taylor Swift's.
Yeah. She's getting very rejuvenated. So I'm still relying on rides from you and Austin. Shout out to Liz, my lash lady.
I know. I was like, oh, okay, now somebody else is going to step up and do this? Oh, I'm not enough? You're like, never mind. I already got 2 rides from somebody else. Now I'm like jockeying to take your rides. I race back down the mountain. I'm like, she's fucking loving this. That I'm like, I was running down the mountain because I was like, I'm going to be fucking late. I would have been legit late, but I was running down the hill.
Well, then I felt kind of bad. I was like, oh, just kidding. I was done early.
Yeah, I know. And you were like, I knew you were super nervous. And I was like, joke's on her. I'm not upset.
And I'm like, I don't want to ruin your hike. But anyways, the highlight and the so fired part is that I get to spend so much more time with you, with Austin.
And Liz, apparently.
Liz. So,
I should be getting 50% of the credit, but now Liz creeps in and takes away 15. She gets like 10%, Liz. I've been doing the hard work all 6 weeks.
Full service lashes. So yeah, I just get a lot more quality time with everyone that I like to spend time with.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it really is. I do love having one car.
Yeah.
You and I'd be great having one car.
I know.
I would enjoy that. That would enhance the shit out of our relationship, actually. We should share my car. Because, like,
Done.
our relationship thrives on, like, episodes. Like, we ran an errand together.
Yeah.
Time spent together.
Mhm.
Hey, I gotta go to Commerce City to pick up a package. Perfect.
Come on with
That's
me.
what our days together look
Yeah.
like.
And she did come over and work out with me a couple days
Who,
ago.
Liz?
No, you.
Oh.
You were there.
I'm like, motherfucking Liz did that too?
No, I mean, there's a wait list to get in to work out with me.
Oh,
So,
would you stop? Anyway, what is your issue? I have so many more.
okay. My first issue is that we're sober girlies.
Chicken wing, huh? Do it again.
This, I don't even know what I did.
Yeah, but-
I did this. I don't know. Okay. So we're sober girlies, right?
yes.
And whenever, you go out and get a mocktail, whatever, soda water, a lime, but you also want to maybe have the option to drink at home a mocktail. This is my issue. Why are all the mocktails like a fake tequila, like $30 for a bottle of juice and a bottle of rosé that gets like 2 servings? Why is that $45? I don't understand the price increase with non-alcoholic drinks. You're literally putting fruit juice in and some herbs. Like that's a $5 drink, just like orange juice. So I'm just like very frustrated with the non-alcoholic space because I would love to have a margarita at home sometimes, but I don't want to spend like $50 to get all the supplies and then I have like 3 drinks.
How much does it cost to make a margarita at home?
I mean, tequila's like, I don't know, $40 or so, 40, 50.
Is it comparable? Is a non-alcoholic margarita the same price or what?
It's
Or
probably
c-
a little bit less because the non-alcoholic tequila is about like 25 or $30.
So that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're trying to say we're exactly the same,
Mm-hmm.
only different.
Yep. But I'm like,
So
this-
you need to take your ass down to the children aisle and like bespoke put
And get
yours
some juice.
together.
yeah,
You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to stitch your own together.
I know. My own herbs and spices and
You might
juice.
enjoy that, actually.
I don't know. It's very hard to get that flavor. So
What is the flavor?
it's like a mezcal smoky flavor tequila. So to get that even like smoky flavor, that's hard.
Oh, you don't just want a regular tequila.
Oh no, I want it to be delicious. And or like a rosé. I can't make a fake rosé
No,
at
you can't
home.
make that one at all.
No.
You could try and like splash of effervescence. Yeah, you really can't.
Yeah, no.
That's a
So
doozy.
I guess I'll just pay the high prices.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
That's a valid issue.
Mm-hmm. And like most of those drinks, there's not even sugar in it either. So I'm like, oh, this is great. Like no sugar, awesome. If it was one thing if it was deterring me from eating more sugar, but
Right.
it's no another benefit. So yeah, I don't know. We should come up with our own line that's not $30 a bottle, like 15. I think that's a friendly price range.
There's certainly space for it,
Mm-hmm.
and especially as the demand grows for it.
Yeah.
I think you're voicing an issue that other people have.
Yeah.
It's just there's not that many people is speaking on behalf of the community.
Right. And I think the reason why it's also a price increase is because there's not a lot of brands to choose from at the moment. So it's just like set your own price and you're still getting the experience of buying alcohol.
I
'cause
think you're
paying
exactly
alcohol
right. You
prices.
know what? You're exactly right. Think about, I don't know if you know, but 25 years ago, the vegetarian, vegan, like fake meat
Mhm.
space was just what those like those patties.
Yeah.
with
Like a.
black bean patty or tempeh.
Mhm.
Oh, it's disgusting. It was the only thing available. A lot of soy.
Yeah.
Those were the alternatives, and it was like soy cheese, and you're like, this isn't quite right. And you're like, is this it? Is this as good as it gets? And then you kind of blink. It took about 10, 12 years. And now the space is great.
Mm-hmm.
The prices on like the tempeh Annie's was a big player in the
Yeah.
beginning. Very costly, right? Because there was no one and they were still working out the kinks.
Mm-hmm. Do you struggle with bloating, anxiety, constipation, fatigue, skin issues, or other nagging symptoms, but don't know where to start or what to take to truly fix it? If this sounds like you, we have the perfect company that you need to meet. Gut Personal is a personalized functional medicine supplement and coaching company that gets to the root of your gut issues. Unlike generic supplements, Gut Personal developed a quick 2-minute quiz. You know, we love a quiz, where you'll receive personalized supplement recommendations from expert functional medicine dietitians. This way, you know exactly what supplements your body needs to get relief. I personally use the booster and the prebiotic for better digestion. And I know when I take it consistently, even my skin looks a lot better. So if you're tired with dealing with painful digestive issues or mood swings, PMS, go over to gutpersonal.com, take their quiz, and then you can get your custom supplement regimen today. So visit gutpersonal.com and use code SOFIRED10 to get a 10% discount on your first order.
I think it's similar to this if you give it a little more time.
Yep.
As the space recognizes it's got the potential for competitiveness that there is, they'll shake it out. I think you're just ahead of, they have to
Yeah.
grow into their big.
Right. And I think it's probably has to do with like the production of it as well and just like new ways to
They don't even
make
know
it.
what they want.
Right.
They can't cater to us.
Mhm.
And it's not like they're going out, you should be coming to us and asking you, like, what does it look like? What is your thing? And what's your price point? And asking your consumers really what they
Yeah.
need. They're still just kind of a novice industry. They're getting a little bit of attention, but they're
Mhm.
certainly not like, I mean, you've got more, you got to grow into yourself.
Yeah.
I'm behind you on this.
Thank you. It's an issue.
Get me fired up.
This is my other issue.
Oh.
So I've been scrolling through TikTok a little bit more often because we're posting on TikTok more often. So I'm like, well, let's see what everyone else is doing.
You know what was funny? Remember how you keep you swearing off TikTok is the equivalent of me being like, I'm never eating sugar again or something, because she won't admit to it, but she's kind of a TikTok junkie because she's got to like go cold turkey. That's it. I'm never again. And then she's like, well, no, just a little bit so that I can do it for our podcast. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, I'm scrolling while we were posting on our podcast and I came across a lumberjack. I was like, she's so back.
I am like deep in. I am like knee deep again in TikTok, and it is like not a good place to be.
I know. And the thing is, I'm not. Because COVID, I was all in TikTok. TikTok and I, how everybody talks about their romantic COVID experience? My romantic COVID experience was TikTok. The introduction of it, like the stories of it, how do you use it, and like knowing all the things, and it like really dials you in with like pop culture and Alex and blah blah, right? All the people, and now I can even see them cross over into Instagram. I'm like, oh, look who came over. Like that's how dialed in I was. And then Lindsay's like, yeah, no, it's not that great. And then she's like, yeah, I spent 5 hours.
5 hours watching lumberjack videos.
No, that's now. That's so she's gotten sober like multiple times, and now she's fallen off the wagon. So
I'm about to like go cold turkey again.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, and just no, about to post and ghost for us because
pump and dump.
This is my issue because now TikTok has a TikTok store application of some kind. So let's say I'm scrolling through and someone's like, oh, so this is my favorite product that I wore to go to this Drake concert. Oh my, the concert was amazing and I didn't sweat any of it off. By the way, you should buy this primer.
It's like their own station.
Oh my God. And everything is linked to a store to buy a product, like straight up on the screen in the TikTok store.
Oh.
And I absolutely hate it. And I find it to be so annoying that every single post is an ad.
Yeah.
Like straight up an ad, not even trying to hide it.
Is there a way to get around? I don't even think it's an ad anymore. I think that's just the way commerce is, in which it's going to be doing, is that like everything you see these on these like artsy like Japanese Chinese movies where it's like everything from their eyelash to the thing has a price tag on it, but they make it look like the price is right, like all cute, and it's like hair color. You know what I mean? So it's like it's 100% transparency. Ish.
It's 100% transparency, but it's annoying AF that every single thing is an ad. I'm like, I'm just here to be entertained.
But not anymore. They took it away. That's how I feel about podcasting. They took it away. You know what, you guys? This is seriously, on a serious note, this is what is great about us. We are not compensated enough to live the lavish lifestyles that we attempt to. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, but we are not on a subscription channel. And getting free content is actually becoming a thing of the past as it relates. Jesse may jump in and say a bunch of things. This is just from my perspective, that when I go on to listen to a podcast, as opposed to a few years ago, you could just go and start. Maybe you would hear ads a third of a way in and again a 2/3, but there wasn't this like push to, they've hijacked the content and now they've put like a padlock on the door unless you like swipe your credit card. And so it's like, just like your appreciation for TikTok, we're just here to entertain. That is an ad, but it's sincere.
Right.
And I really do believe that. We've said it before off air. That's like, geez, I sure just wish I could just watch it
Yeah.
or just listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I agree with you 100% today. Fired up. Fuck yeah, dude. It's like,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even need to get back on.
No, absolutely not. I'm just gonna post our stuff.
So do we need to be doing that then?
No, because that's annoying. Like,
it is annoying. Link this, link
link
that.
this, and like having the like link directly right there, like buy this. I'm like, no, I just don't want to do that. We're just here to entertain.
Yeah.
And how we do get compensated is through like affiliate links. Like on like when we do run ads or like when you
Ads
buy
aren't
something.
bad. It's
Ads are
just the
not
way in
bad.
which, you're like hitting up your
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah. And it's just like, now when you listen to a podcast, there's gonna be an ad in there somewhere.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's just
Ads
annoying.
aren't bad. But it's
No.
like when they're like, if you want, because now it's the rate at which they're putting the ads in.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's every like six minutes, maybe.
Yeah, or there's like 5 minutes of ads at the end, like 3 minutes of ads in the beginning. We try to keep it short and sweet for you and keep it to like one ad an episode, maybe one at the end.
Yeah.
But like the podcast, it's like, well, if you want to listen to this episode this week, you have to pay $5.
I know.
I'm like, no, I'll just like wait a week or two.
Yeah. It's just it's challenging. We're not trying to
know.
upsell. Yeah,
No.
we're gonna have to put in a couple ads. Deal with. But that's not what we're talking about here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an issue.
Okay.
My issue is, well, how do I lead into it?
I'd say it.
Say the words. Okay, so here's the thing. I was thinking about it. This is a sensitive one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as it relates to like weight and exercise. I keep coming back to it. So yesterday, it kind of dawned on me that I might have my own eating challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always talking about it. I'm always thinking about it. I'm making jokes about it. But it's like, So guys, through the use of this podcast, I think I've come to the realization I might have some eating issues challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked some stuff up online, and I might work with somebody online to kind of look into this.
Okay, there you go.
Look, SoFi changed my life. And but while I was thinking about it, here's where I'm frustrated. I am kind of consumed with like how I look and like my body. And the funny thing is, I'm real sorry. I've been dumping it on you. Like you're the only one.
You're like, oh, this is just like me. You're like, oh my God, you like think about this way too much. Like you were like in your head, oh yeah, like why do you think about what you're eating and what you're working out? Like, dude, you're so obsessed. I'm like, yeah. Yeah,
but
just
not
as
only
much as
that.
you.
Yeah, you know who else is? You. Haha. Anyway, funny. So with that, I was thinking about it while I was hiking yesterday, and it was like, society gives us a hard time, whether it's you and I, us, or just women in general, us, the ones that I don't know what's the right way to go into it. So society gets annoyed when women are fat.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of shame us. Okay, I'm going to say
Make
us.
us
I'm going to
feel
identify
like-
with both.
yeah.
So don't come at me the way in which I do. So as if you're a heavy, you're lazy and you're sloppy and you're probably broke and all these fucking things, right?
Mhm.
And
You're
just
less of a person.
You're less of a person and you're disgusting. And what kind of like parenting do you do? All these things. It's like, whoa, chill the fuck. Oh, slow down, okay? And you're like, turn that music down. Anyway, so then let's say you do all the things. You now have changed your approach to your life, like your lifestyle, your eating, your approach to exercise, all the things, and you get into it. And now you're really thriving. You've hit your stride in terms of like calorie consumption. You know exactly what to eat, when to eat. You know, today is Tuesday, therefore I'm going to exercise this way and this amount of time. And it's just dialed in, right? So now you're in cruise control. You're on the HOV lane of getting in shape, and you are in shape. You are doing it. You did it. You're skinny. And now what do they say?
Well, now you're too skinny.
Yeah, you're too skinny.
Now you're like,
Fuck. No, you're too skinny. What else do they say?
now it's like, oh, you should actually eat a little bit more. And then people are like, well, now I think that you should actually maybe like work out less, or maybe you're thinking about where you're eating too much, or maybe you should, try to switch up your workouts, like
Okay, let me
get off that
interrupt you there.
Ozempic.
So, let me interrupt you right there. So you mean to tell me if you're fat or you're skinny, they're still going to hate on you?
Yes. There's literally not a win-win situation at all, because even, for example, like all these celebrities who are getting really skinny on Ozempic, everyone is like, oh my God, well, they're on Ozempic. Like, it's like, Yeah, but now you actually like the way they look more because they're skinnier, but you're giving them a hard time about, like, how they did it. Like, let people freaking do what they wanna do. I don't care how
Oh,
if you wanna be skinny, I don't care what weight you wanna be. Like,
just don't die.
yeah, be
Duh.
healthy about it as
You
much
know
as
what? What's
possible.
healthy? Because you know what? When I binge in the middle of the night
Yeah.
on potato chips and I'm like fistful and like snacks and shit, I know that's not healthy, but no one seems to
Mhm.
shame that. So it's like, I don't know what's right for you.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get my shit in check so I don't continue to suffer through the rest of my life with the thoughts
Same.
of this. But until I do, I'm so lucky I found a best friend where it's almost very supportive to be like, this is real tough, isn't it?
Yeah, and when I say do it in a healthy way, I'm not even, like, here to give you advice of how to do it because,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the thoughts running through my head of, "Okay, well, I worked out this morning, so I'm gonna eat like this after my workout, and then I'm gonna eat like this right here, and then for lunch, I'm gonna have this, and then since I'm not gonna work out later, I better walk like this."
Oh, you know why I have it
N
worse?
narrative.
You know why I have it worse
Why?
than you? Not
Why?
that I wanna make it worse. I'm thinking all those things, and then I'm like, "You know what Lindsay's doing right now? She's already working out, and she only had half this portion. She wouldn't even eat this. This is bad. Lindsay wouldn't eat this. What the fuck? Oh, no." And now I'm, like, having 2 conversations about how I'm failing
Oh,
because 'cause I'm
sorry.
like, "Ooh, Lindsay Lindsay wouldn't do that, would she?" So literally every bite I take, I'm like, "Oh my god." And the only bite you would approve of is, like, a fucking salad or it's protein bar, and it's like, those are the least of the things
You're like,
I've
"I don't
considered.
want that."
Yeah, no, I don't.
But then, I will go off the other night, I was by myself and I had fish and I had Brussels sprouts, and I was like, "And you know what? There's a giant slice of carrot cake in the fridge," and I mowed that shit down.
I
I'm just
wish I
like,
could have seen it.
"Oh, yeah."
You know what? Because it's not like, "Oh, I like to see it." It's just like, I'd love to see that, like, release of energy for a second and just be
Yeah.
like, "Let your hair go." Like, just get after it.
I know, but then it stresses me out that I ate the cake because I'm like, "Oh my god, I have to work out now
Yeah,
tomorrow," or
yeah,
like
100%.
so yeah, it's just like we can't win. I feel like we can't win with being fat or being skinny or whatever weight. We can't win with, like, how we wanna look, why
And
we wanna look like that, and how we do it.
and here's the thing, everyone's gonna be like, "Just accept you." Okay, that works for some people, it
No.
doesn't work for me. I'm clearly here for people's reactions, their approval, whether it's podcasting, it's Instagramming, like, and as a person, I'm a people seeking approval person.
Mhm.
Like, that's just my DNA. Like, I was raised that way. I mean, I'm always looking for something to engage with my people one way or
Yeah.
another. But the thing is, society deems attractiveness to be like what's in right now.
Mhm.
So if I want to be in, I got to do what they're doing. When society changes what they approve of, then I know it seems like the tail's wagging the dog, and it absolutely is. No one's actually admitting this,
Mhm.
but if we're really, really real, this is true.
Mhm.
And it's annoying. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just doing what you guys like,
Yeah.
and
And
you're
then
liking it, and you're confirming
Mhm.
my fears. Look at my Instagram. Oh,
Yep.
now you like me.
Mhm. Yeah. That is
Anyway,
such an
that's
issue.
not my only issue,
Oh.
by the way. We don't actually have an episode. This is almost just like in conjunction. I could have just added this in. I don't know if it's my second issue, but when people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you do Botox. Oh my god, I
Mm.
can't believe you get extensions." Okay, you mean to tell me that there is one life problem that you have that is like could be solved if and it's the solution is right there. You can solve your problem if you do this. And then you do it and you're like, "I'm better. This is
Yeah.
fucking awesome." And then people want to shame you for actually like solving something.
Mhm. Because that's not how they would do it.
I'm like, "You don't care if I get a mammogram, but it's you look down on me because I choose to like what? Fix my lip."
Who's looking down at you?
The kids at work.
Oh. Well,
Oh,
you
I
know
just feel
what?
like in society, they're like, "Oh," specifically because she's like, "Don't get extensions." And I was like, "Save your money and your hair." I'm like,
No.
"I'm almost
No.
50."
Then I think you just need to hang out with different people who
Yeah,
approve of all the
maybe.
things.
Right. Because I would say everyone, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, everyone else I know is like, "Yeah, so, like, my Botox girl couldn't get me in this week, so I have to go next week," and,
Okay, I
like
need more adult friends
yeah.
then.
Mhm.
I'm hanging out with
Yeah,
30-year-olds.
don't hang out with the young kids. I hang out with a lot of adults, and they're all about
Okay.
everything.
All right, that makes me feel.
Mhm.
Oh, look at that. I eradicated my issue.
There
I'll
you
just
go.
stick to the big one.
Boom.
Yeah, because it was a problem.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, let's just, like, get to our topic really quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
You
About
should
how to grow
stop me earlier.
some balls.
Let's do it.
And I thought about this because, I love celeb and pop culture things. And are you familiar? This is also to go with like weight loss and skinniness. Are you familiar with Tracy Anderson?
Sure.
celeb trainer to the stars. She's been at it for such a long time. It's
She was Gwyneth's girl.
cult following. It's like an elite status if you are
I've
in
always
her
wanted to
classes.
take one.
Yeah, like I would love to take one.
And I've always thought those little dumbbells look so tiny. How can
I
you,
know.
what big of a thing?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched like a YouTube episode?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried doing one?
No.
We should do that.
We should do that.
Let's do that next week when I come
Yeah.
over.
So she's very high end and elite status. She has a studio in the Hamptons. And a few years ago, for the summer, you can rent out a mat for $3,000 to just save your spot in class and have the same spot in class for the summer. $3,000. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
A few years ago, people were like, cool.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Well, this year,
10.
yeah, $5,500. And now people are like, well, I don't know. That seems to be like a little extreme to save a mat because the class is like $100 on top of that. But people are still paying it. And this is the reason why she has such big balls. She's like, fuck you guys. I'm going to charge whatever I want. And you're still going to come to class.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is some audacity.
Are you kidding me? Here's my issue. I can't believe you would say this. You literally do the same thing at work all the time.
Yeah, I know. But like, this is like really.
I think you're looking at it the wrong way. They're the ones dictating, just like beauty is being spoon fed to us and we're catering.
Yeah.
These, I don't know that they're even crazy. It's like jewelry. X amount of dollars has been assigned to the value. It's not, are they willing to pay? It's that they're like, it's already started.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Do you want in on this or not?
True.
I'm sorry, it is what it is. It's like belonging to Cherry Hills. Like, you want to be in or not? You're going to take the number. Doesn't matter.
I know. People are kind of like, well, I think that's a little bit too much. And she's not backing down.
Nor should she.
No.
Do you want in on this class? Their space is limited. I am giving, this is like your boat. Spike this down. Here's the thing. It's not that I'm spiking it down. It's just if you take it from like a business perspective where like the value is set at 5,500 incrementally, it was only like the cost of inflation from last year to this year, right? What's the big deal? And if you're able to spend $5,000, and I would consider doing it, how many classes does it insure you?
I don't know. I'm assuming like however many classes you want for the whole summer.
Okay, well, look at it this way.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you love to join a club at the Hamptons for an entire summer? And what's your club? Working out? What's your club working out? Oh, Tracy Anderson, only the hottest ticket in town? And you could go like every day?
Yeah.
That's kind of, I know. It's cheap now that you think about it.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm sure.
Let's say you get this summer. So that's Memorial Day to Labor Day?
Right. But then you also have to pay for all your classes on top of that.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Front row? I would fucking crush that shit. Like, I go to Patty's front row.
This is the only thing where I'm like, because Tracy Anderson's not actually there teaching.
Oh.
Like, she's not actually the one teaching all the classes at all. Oh. I think she makes like an appearance here or there.
If you're lucky. Oh. In that case, I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I thought Tracy Anderson was going to be leading the class.
No, she just has like her instructors lead the class.
Fuck it then.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is one other.
Who should have told me that sooner? But I was making an argument for Tracy Anderson.
I mean, it's like the whole brand.
I don't care for her. I don't need to secure my spot.
This is one other lady that I think is also very brave and it's just going to go
You're just
for
as
it.
brave, by the way. You do the same thing when you have to assign a value and you're not asking for money. Do you want this service? This is what it costs and the reasons why it costs this way. Love to talk to you offline and explain line item by line item. But you need to, if you trust me as your practitioner, then you should trust that the dollar amount I am showing you is not ripping you off, but this is what care looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. No argument. Okay, this is one other lady that popped up on my feed. Did you watch the Netflix documentary Bad Vegan?
I did.
Yeah. Sarma Melngalis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Okay, so, and this is what happened in the documentary in case you didn't watch it. She had this like very hotspot vegan restaurant in New York City.
You are all things New York City today.
Yeah. Alec Baldwin came in. Yeah. Her one regret was not like dating him.
That's your big regret?
That's her big regret. Even though she ended up getting sued for basically not paying her taxes, not paying her employees, like huge like $1 million lawsuit. Guess what?
What?
She's coming back around and she's like looking for investors to open back up again.
Oh, they're in on it. You know what? You do your time. You're good.
I know. I'm like, I feel like that's definitely way more ballsy than like charging $5,500 for a mat for the summer because you went through that public embarrassment and the Netflix documentary
It is
and
ballsy.
everyone knows and you lost all that money and now you're still gonna ask for more money. Like
Ballsy.
ballsy.
I am in awe of people like that where you're like, oh, she's not scared. She's doing it.
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I just don't, it's kind of like the feeling of like cringe, like, or like a, ugh,
Mhm.
and like pushing through. It was the same feeling I had when I left because of the house slippers. Like my insides were firing up. Like
Yeah.
the molecules were colliding with one another and like punching each other. And I was in so much pain. But I had to like keep going. And I'm like, get up.
You can do it. You can do
Get
it.
up. And I was like, okay. And I walked out.
And you're ballsier for it.
I'm still feeling heart palpitations.
Oh.
I sent you a video message
I
directly
know.
after the fact.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
know.
I'm not feeling 100% well. I mean, I wasn't feeling badly, but I wasn't like, it was the first time I listened to my body.
So with these two ladies, and in general, when you listen to like personal development stuff and like, oh, you should just be like super confident and go for it. From a lady's point of view,
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm so sick of the ladies' point of view of like how to be more ballsy.
Yeah.
So I go straight to the stores of Tim Grover, How to Be Relentless.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, this is how you get to be so ballsy. You're not afraid to be all by yourself
Right.
because
Done.
people are going to think you're an asshole.
Done.
And you also have to be like super obsessive. And
You're obsessive.
I'm very obsessive.
Okay.
And
2 for 2.
And it's like, you don't even have to like anything that you're doing right now. You just have to know it's probably going to suck for a little bit, but on the other side, it's good.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I like those tips.
And you know why it could work really well for us?
Why?
It's because we do like each other's shit.
Yes.
So if we really did need approval, the only person they need approval from is you.
Mhm.
And you're going to like it anywhere because we're in this together.
Yes.
Like what? And we have the best time when we're it's like, it's us, not you.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for today. Make sure you share this episode with your bestie and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at So Fired Pod. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.